Hello, welcome to Just Breathe. Today I'm right beside my vegetable garden underneath one of my favorite trees here, which is this enormous fig tree I'm going to show you. I absolutely love this tree. And today I'd like to share about learning gently. I've become aware that my learning process is so much more gentle, so much kinder ever since I have chosen to surrender to my essence and to live in the flow of my breath, of my isness. And I realized that the self criticism, the inner judge was so harsh. And whenever I made a mistake or didn't learn at once, I was very hard on myself. And I believe this happens with most people. So, this is why I'd like to share this with you. Recently, I bought a 125cc scooter because in Portugal we are allowed to have one only with our car driver's license. So, because I've been wanting to have a motorbike for over 10 years, I decided this would be a really simple way of easing into that. In the last years, I've traveled on a motorbike for many kilometers, but not as the rider, not as the main driver. With Pedro, I've gone to beautiful places and I really enjoyed it. So I wanted to also have my own bike to move around and feel that sense of freedom that is so prevalent in when we are on a motorbike without a seat belt and just feeling the air passing by. And I love being in the outdoors. So, long story short, a few days before I went to fetch my bike, I I realized I wouldn't be able to bring it home because you see, I haven't been riding a bicycle even very often for many years. I used to ride every day until I was about 13, and then only in the last about 2 years or so have I started riding a bicycle again. So that means I'm not so balanced as I used to be on a two-wheeled vehicle. And I realized, it would be really not safe to bring the bike myself, having never having ridden a motorbike before. So this friend of mine calls me, and in conversation, I say, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna pick up my new scooter." And he is a bike rider, so he was super happy. And he asked me if I needed anything. And at that time, I said, "Oh no, I don't think so." "Well, but if you do, just let me know." And then I said, "Well, yeah, maybe would you like to come with me to the shop and bring the bike home for me so that then I can try it out at home where I've got lots of space and where I can do my first experiential rides?" He said, "Yes, of course, it's such an honor to do that." So there we went and brought the bike home. And the first thing when I got on the bike was realizing how green I am, just like the trees of this fig tree. And so at that moment, I felt that long lost voice of, "Oh, you're never gonna get this. You're really bad in that." And I smiled at that moment and said, "Oh, I don't need that anymore." And I just breathed gently with myself and, felt the insecurity of being on this two-wheeled vehicle with a powerful motor, well, powerful for me. and to just allow myself the vulnerability of not knowing, of learning slowly. And as I have become more confident each time I get on my bike, it's easier and easier. And funny enough, I never really felt fear in my heart ever from the very beginning, because when I get on the bike, I breathe and I am gentle to myself. I let myself know it's okay, I'm safe, and I am learning. And I have the right to learn at my own rhythm, slowly, lovingly, without pressure, without self judgment. And it's been such a beautiful experience to learn like this. So even when I don't grab my bike for a week or so, I notice that in that time in between, there has been evolution. So whenever I get onto my bike, I am better. And I didn't do anything about it. Just allowing, just allowing. Same thing with how I have to start allowing myself to blend more with the road so that the curves are more and more smooth. It's just an allowing. Me, the bike, the road, the environment, just sort of blending and melting completely into the whole thing, gradually, gently, breath by breath. And this happens to me also when I approach, for instance, learning new technologies. I explore lots of new applications for my creations and that. And when I first come to something new at the beginning, I know nothing about it. Then I watch some tutorials, then I try it out. Then sometimes I'm not really understanding, but it's okay. I'm always very calm and patient, never feel frustrated, never feel pressure at all. Then I leave it. Then a few days later, I come back to it, and lo and behold, I know a bit more. And I didn't do anything in between. I just allowed whatever I had looked at to sink in. So you see, the thing is, we have an extra intelligence that works without effort if we give it the stimuli and allow those to find their pathways within for us to expand our learning. But if we start telling ourselves negative things like, I'm really bad and I never learn and how could I do this and stuff like that, we shut that doorway and it becomes so much harder. So this is why I wanted to share with you how breathing ourselves into new learning experiences is conducive to success in terms of, to us, sooner or later becoming really good at that thing without ever having told ourselves we're not capable. So if you'd allow yourself next time you make a mistake even, or something goes wrong, and to just accept that naturally, take a deep breath and move on. In this physical world we live in, nothing can be perfect. I mean, perfect the way our mind has created. It doesn't really exist. It's all trial and error, experience. That's all. Thank you, and see you next time.